Senior Trump administration official says the U.S. and Iran are working toward a finalized agreement to end the war.
While the world awaits new developments, the president says he's not going to rush a deal. Dan Godwin is here with the details. Dan.
Well, Paige, what kind of timeline is involved with these talks? We're not sure. We've heard President Trump say on previous occasions that a deal to end the war with Iran was close. It appears this time it could actually happen. In his latest Truth Social posts, President Trump harshly denounced a previous nuclear deal with Iran that was negotiated by the Obama administration. He says this current proposed agreement is much better, adding in an earlier post that the U.S. blockade of the Strait of Hormuz will remain in full force until the deal is signed by all parties, and that Iran must understand that they cannot develop a nuclear weapon. Many specific details remain limited for now. The Strait of Hormuz, though, as the president says, would be reopened. The waterway sees about 20% of the world's oil pass through. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who traveled to India this weekend, expressed cautious optimism that this agreement would come to completion.
We have what I think is a pretty solid thing on the table in terms of their ability to open up the straits, get the straits open, enter into a very real, significant, time-limited negotiation on the nuclear matters. And hopefully we can pull it off. It has a lot of support in the Gulf. It has a lot of support globally. Every country that we've walked through it understands it's not just very reasonable, but it's the right thing for the world to get done.
Some Republican leaders have raised concerns about the deal. Senator Roger Wicker, the chair of the Senate Armed Services Committee, wrote on X that the belief that Iran will ever engage in good faith talks would be a disaster. Texas Senator Ted Cruz added, leaving an emboldened Iranian regime intact would be a disastrous mistake. President Trump responded to critics on Truth Social, saying if he makes a deal, it'll be great and meaningful, or there will be no agreement. The president went on to describe the dissenting voices in his own party as Democrats, rhinos, Republicans in name only, and losers. Dan Godwin on Good Day.